Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, the roofers are already here. They arrived at 7:30. I was kind of surprised. It's a good thing I got dressed right away this morning because I usually schlep around in my jammies for a while. But I'm surprised they came today. It's not raining. It rained overnight, but it's definitely gloomy and looking like it could rain. So I hope it holds off. We'll see. But anyway, the high's going to be 70 today. 70 and gloomy. But I just want to get this roof over with. So anyway, I have to cook something today. I have those veggies that I cooked up from yesterday, so I'm going to do something with those. Something quick. I have an idea in mind. So I think I will make some ramen later on today. I think that would be good. So I'm still not shopping in October. Not food shopping. Trying not to do any shopping. So let's put a little cream in the coffee. So we'll see how I do. I don't know. It's a challenge. So last month was kind of a no spend. I did buy groceries last month. So I spent 2 days and the rest of the month was a no spend. So this month's challenge is no grocery buying because I want to use up some of the food that I have. And I won't run out, and I don't want to totally deplete my food stash either. But that would take a while to do. But that's emergency food. But I do pull out of there. If I use a bag of rice, I'll buy a new bag of rice. Or if I use a bag of beans, I'll buy a new bag of beans. That way I'm not growing my pantry anymore, but I'm utilizing it. And it does save me money doing that because I don't have to do big, huge shops because I shop from my prepper stash. So if you don't have a food stash, I highly recommend it. I mean, even if you store food under the bed or in a closet or just tuck it away here and there wherever you can find some space, think about considering getting some backup food because you never know. You might have a medical emergency. That happened to me when I broke my hip. I really couldn't drive for about 6 weeks. So I had plenty of food here and I didn't have to bother my family for them to go grocery shopping for me. Or, here in Ohio, we get some really bad snowstorms sometimes and I sure don't want to go out because I don't have any food. So I think it's a good idea, even if you're not a prepper, to at least have some backup food that you can call on if need be. So, all right, let's give the coffee a taste. Cheers, my friends. Very good. So we have a lot of new friends on the channel, and I want to welcome all my new subscribers. And if you subscribe, it really, really helps my channel grow. I'm trying to get a little bit of extra revenue from YouTube. That's the main reason I make these videos is because I really like it. I enjoy it. But it's a perk to get a little bit of monetary reward, which usually isn't much. But still, every time you hit the like button and leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji. And I like talking with you guys. Well, texting. No, it's not texting. Whatever you call it. I like typing with you guys. There you go. So I try to answer all my comments, and I'll continue to do that as long as I can. Now, obviously, if it gets to be hundreds of comments, which that's maybe way down the road, I wouldn't be able to answer every single one, but I do read them all. And I will leave you a heart that I have read what you've had to say. So again, welcome to all our new friends. This is a wonderful community of people, and I love when you guys communicate with each other and share ideas, because that's part of the reason I started this channel, was to help people out with sharing ideas about stretching their money and trying to save money. So hopefully it's helpful. And like I said, the more comments I get and the more thumbs up, you can share my videos on Facebook or wherever if you find something useful to share. But it all helps my channel grow. It'll make the algorithm push my videos out into wherever, cyberland. So, and I appreciate that very, very much. So, okay, I'm going to drink my coffee now. And so far it's not too noisy and the dogs aren't too crazy. So I'm going to enjoy a few minutes of peace and quiet, and then I will meet you at the budget book. Hey, here we are back at the budget book, and I see I missed a day. Well, I wasn't quite myself on Wednesday. That's when I had my colonoscopy. So needless to say, I didn't spend any money then, and I didn't spend any money yesterday. Now, I did have to get a couple medications. My daughter picked them up for me on Wednesday. But like I said, I do not count medications and things in this challenge because that is a necessity, just like paying any other bill. So what I'm counting in this no spend October is any other food or any tchotchkes or, you know, clothes, anything like that is included that I don't want to buy. So I just wanted to clarify that for those of you that are new here. And that's my challenge to myself for this month. Last month, I didn't spend for 28 days. I spent for 2 days where I did grocery shopping. But this month, I want to not do any grocery shopping at all. So I don't want to shop till November. And I'm thinking probably in November, depending on what's going on for Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it here or if my daughter will have it. She's been taking over the holidays because she likes to entertain. And I used to love to entertain, but it's not so much my thing anymore. I used to like to host dinner parties for our friends and, you know, family gatherings. Now, I'll still do, like, birthday gatherings if my kids want me to. I mean, they're already, you know, my daughter, she's my youngest. She'll be 40 this year. And my middle son is in his mid-40s, and my older son will be 50 in a couple years. So, you know, they're not little kids anymore. So now we mostly celebrate our little grandkids' birthdays. So, but I will have to spend money. The 11th is my daughter's birthday, so I will get her a gift. And the 19th is my grandson's 21st birthday, so I will get him a gift too. So those 2 days I know I'll be spending. And I think I'm going to try to trim my dogs myself, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how that's going to go. If not, I'll have to make an appointment to get them trimmed. So that's the plan for October. I'll be spending a little bit more than I did last month, but I don't want to spend much at all because I want to pay for as much of these repairs that I can. And the the windows are in, so after they're done with the roof, my front window will get replaced. And then I've decided, rather than have the whole house windows done, I'm just going to replace 1 or 2 windows maybe every year or every 6 months, and eventually I'll have all new windows. Now I know it'll probably cost me a little bit more, but for me that's doable, and I'll be able to save up the money for 1 or 2 windows. Anyway, that's the plan. So we'll see how that goes. All right, well, I'm going to finish my coffee, and hopefully the rain holds out and they'll make some progress on the rest of my roof. They still have the garages to do, and anyway, they're making progress, so I'm happy about that. All right, I'll be back later. Here is one strategy that I'm going to do to save money on food. Now I have pasta and rice in my food stash, and the last time I went shopping a couple weeks ago, I bought potatoes. So I'm going to cook this ahead. I'm going to cook enough for a couple meals of each, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge. Now that strategy is twofold. One of them is I'll always have a starch to eat with whatever else I cook. And another thing is if you put these 3 things in the refrigerator overnight, I believe the glycemic index goes down. So it's easier if you have sugar problems to eat these foods. Now check with your doctor. Don't take my word for it, or do some research online. But that's anyway what I've read and heard in a couple different places. So these foods are very cheap. They're very filling. You can combine them with more expensive foods. If you're a meat eater, you can add a little meat to them. If you're vegan or vegetarian, like I am, you can add other proteins to it. Tofu is cheap. Making your own vegetarian and vegan meats is not expensive. And you can stretch those out too. And then, of course, you have your veggies. So growing your own, of course, is the cheapest. And but buying your veggies on sale is also good. Buying what's in season. I'm sure now it's squashes and pumpkins, and then once these things are all cooked, you can make soups out of them, which will stretch them even further, or you can combine them in a stir fry. There's so many things you can do with these 3 items that are cheap, and you can save money on food. Another thing that I'm doing is saving seeds from my tomatoes that did well this year. So I think these are the yellow tomatoes, but I have some other seeds already saved. So that's one way I'm saving and trying to beat inflation, is by cooking my starches ahead. And also it's healthier for me. So okay, I'll be making meals with this throughout the week. Okay, my potatoes are done. You don't want to overcook them. I'm going to let these cool just as they are, and then I'm going to put them in the fridge. Pasta, don't overcook it. And this is some of the puppies' favorite food. Right, puppies? Oh, what's Mama got here? Come on, Chloe. All right. It keeps them busy for a couple minutes. There they go. They love raw pasta. You guys want some more? You want some more? All right, enjoy. Yummy. This is Bandit, this is Lizzie, and this is Chloe. All right, you guys clean that all up. You do a good job. All done? Was that good? Oh, Bandit's still looking. I think you ate it all, buddy. I think you ate it all. Alright, another thing I'm doing to save money to beat inflation is saving my eggshells. I'm making fertilizer out of them, that and my spent coffee, and my veggie scraps. So I compost, so I use that to save money. I do use a commercial fertilizer as well, but you don't need as much. So, and this is one of my favorite breakfasts, brunches. You guys have seen this before. There's butter in here. These are the noodles I just cooked, and I do enjoy eating them this way. There's egg, and then I just coat it in the egg. I don't want to overcook it. Just cook the egg soft, but you can cook it however you like. And that is going to be my brunch this morning. And that's very filling. That will definitely take me up to dinner. And I have a little garlic salt on here. I'm going to add a little pepper. And there's butter in the pan. Quick and easy, so if you have the pasta made ahead of time, you can make this as your brunch or dinner. Be a great dinner with a salad. So, alright. Another cheap meal. I had a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes from the garden that were way too much to eat. I could have frozen them, but instead I cooked them all in my little cooker here. And so I left the skins on, so now I want to put them in the blender and just make a smooth tomato sauce. I added oregano, some basil, some parsley, salt, pepper, a big bunch of garlic. It was all to taste. So now I'm going to blend this up, and then I'll have a tomato sauce for future me. And now I can either freeze this, or I can save it and eat it up. So we'll see. All right, so this is a beautiful thick sauce now. And I have some eggplant in the fridge from the garden that needs to be used up. I'm not making it today, but I think I might make some sort of an eggplant casserole with this in a day or two. So right now this is going to be going into the fridge and for another meal. So having all these things cooked ahead of time enables me to make more meals. To save money, I don't have to go out and pick up dinner. And I gather simple, easy recipes. Something that I'm not going to say, oh, I don't feel like cooking that today because it's too hard. So gathering easy recipes for yourself and your family is a good way to go. All right, another thing that I do in the kitchen here is make my own iced tea. I have a lot of different teas, so I mix and match them. This has a tea infuser inside. I've had this thing for years, and I just make my own teas. So this is iced tea. So usually what I do is I have some Torani syrup here. This one happens to be raspberry. And I save these bottles from, oh, I forget the brand now. Anyway, from salad dressing. And then I take the labels off, and I got these pourers off Amazon, oh, quite a while ago, and it came in a pack. So I use these for oils, and I use them for the Torani syrups. And you see these by my coffee maker every morning. So I just add some of this sweetener, and then I add some syrup, and that's what I drink. And these are all herbal teas, but you can use any kind of tea, of course. So there we go. And this is enough for several glasses of iced tea. And this Baba cup keeps it cold. I keep this in the fridge. And that way I have a cold drink all day long. And I don't have to buy soft drinks and all that. Now I have a one of those soda bubbler things. I don't know what you call them. So if I wanted to make a fizzy drink, I could take this and put it in there and have a bubbly drink. So I've got all the bases covered when it comes to drinks. So I have my hot tea, I have my iced tea, and I have my coffee. So, and it does cost money, of course, but it's way cheaper than buying bottles of pop or cans of pop, because those are ridiculously expensive now, too. So, all right, there's another way that I try and save some money. And since I have plenty of all that stuff in my stash, I don't have to worry about it. And that, too, as I use it up, I replace it with a new one. All right, well, I thought I'd have my afternoon tea now with you guys. Cheers. So those are just a few ways that I save money in the kitchen. I keep fully stocked spices. I have a lot of spices. I have jars with beans and rice and pasta and, you know, all the basic things. I do buy potatoes, maybe once every 6 weeks. But I also have the packets of dry potatoes in case I run out. So then I have potatoes, and I have all the basic starches. So that works for me. I've saved a lot of money over the years by shopping that way and doing these things that I do. But having a lot of spices and buying spices that you like the flavors, and you can go online and find recipes for spice combinations for Italian seasoning, Greek seasoning, Indian seasoning, you know, Mexican seasoning, whatever. You can make jars of seasoning mix and have it all ready, and then you just have to put it into your dish. And most of the basic things, you can season them any way you want and change up the flavor, and you have a whole new meal. So all the prep I did this morning hardly took me any time at all. It was just a matter of using up what I had. So I'm glad I got use out of those tomatoes, and that'll be for a future dish in a couple days. So I even had time to take a nap. So I did that, even with all the banging going on. I've been trying to take an afternoon nap every few days. It just feels good, and why not? You know, if you can and your body needs rest during the day, then by all means take a little snooze. You don't have to have a deep sleep, you know, just a little cat nap freshens you right up. So that's what I did today, and I had downtime, and I also did some work in the kitchen. Now, I don't do this prep every day. You know, I do a prep and it lasts me a few days, and then I do another one. But I always make sure that I make enough for a couple meals. Now, I don't want a dish where I'm going to be eating the same thing for 5-6 days. I just don't like food that gets that old. But with these basics, the pasta, the rice, and the potatoes, they last quite a while in the fridge. And you can always freeze them. If you made too much, you can freeze it in portions and then pull it out when you're ready to eat a dish that utilizes one or the other. So you don't have to waste your food. My biggest problem is my freezers are always too full. I put too much stuff, you know, because putting in these little bits and bobs of everything does take up your freezer space, but at least I'm not wasting my food. So anyway, that's what I did today. I hope you guys had a good day. Let us know in the comments below some of the things that you do to save money in the kitchen, because I love new ideas. So I save jars, of course, you know, that way I can put little pieces of onion or leftover tomato or whatever. I like those little Dollar Tree candle jars. They're actual mason jars, and they're great for just keeping little bits of food, and then you can combine all those and make a meal out of them. So, all right, my friends, I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm going to sign off now. And Lizzie thinks it's time too. So I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Thanks for watching.